Hello and welcome to the Hannibal High School Athletics End of the Year Report presented to the school board. My name is Chase Lowenstein. I am the athletic director here at Hannibal High School. So to begin this report, we'd like to take pride in our mission statement here for the athletic department and ensuring that students and coaches are following the expectations. One big part of our mission statement is that we are showing sportsmanship to other teams. And in this year, we had 2 student athletes ejected due to unsportsmanlike penalties. This is actually lower than last year's. What last year's was about 5 athletes. So I think that coaches and athletes are doing well and discussing those expectations of the mission statement and how we can show better sportsmanship and take pride in our school and our programs. So we are developing student athletes to take pride in our school. And then, so overall with athletics, in the high school, we had 686 athletes who were eligible to participate in athletics. We had 418 athletes that did participate. This is about a 61% participation rate. And in the middle school, we had 415 eligible athletes with 273 participating, which is a 65% participation rate. So from compared to last year, in the high school, we had 26 students decrease from last year, and in the middle school, we had 6 students decrease from participation. We think that this is mostly due to COVID protocols and parents being afraid to let their students participate in athletics. So since only 6 students didn't participate in the middle school, we're hoping that we don't see much of a decrease in the high school for students who are participating in the future. Our season stats overall as an athletic department, our overall record was 129, 85 losses, and 2 ties. So it's pretty positive as a year. Overall, we had 6 conference championships that came from tennis, track, boys basketball, football, baseball, and cross country. We had 4 district champions, which were football, baseball, track, and girls tennis. And then as a department, we had 6 teams who had state qualifiers participate in the state tournament, one being the football team in the state championship game. And then, so as a total, we had 24 individual qualifiers who participated in the state tournament, which is an increase from last year, because I think last year we only had about 15 or 16 who qualified for state. We had some school records that were broken this year. Cortland Watson broke the touchdown passes in a season, career passing yards. Aeneas William broke total touchdowns and total touchdown receptions in a season. Bella Falconer had the total career aces. Eris Stolte broke the record for total 3-pointers in their career. Jake Terrell had the career saves as a goalie. And Cohen Ramage broke the longest school record that we had, which was the 110-meter hurdles, and he broke that time. So overall, athletes were breaking the school records that were up there for a very long time. So it's important to see that our athletes are developing and progressing. So as academics, our academic team itself qualified for the national tournament that was being held in Dallas, Texas. All of our teams met or exceeded our 3.0 GPA standard that we hold, and this was eligible for the Misha Scholastic Achievement Award. Our varsity athletic teams had a cumulative GPA of 3.55, which is pretty good. We had 34 students receive academic all-state awards. So our biggest importance to students is that they're getting an education. They are student athletes. They have to be students first in order to participate in athletics. So I'm grateful for all the coaches stressing athletics and academics more importantly, so they are taking care of business in the classroom. Also, as a school and individual recognitions, We had 88 student athletes who were all conference athletes in the MCMC. We had 51 students that were all district. We had 3 band members earn all district honors. We had 12 choir members that earned all district. We also had 12 all state athletes this year, which is the most by far that we've had in the past 20, 30 years here at Hannibal High School. And we also had 3 all state choir members. So we are definitely taking pride in that we had 12 all state athletes this year. So some community programs and developmental programs that we've had this year that we've started is that we had 6 different youth and middle school athletic camps that were held over the summer, over winter break. We think it's fun and a great way to give back to the community if we have younger and future pirates that are coming and participating in learning what it means to be a pirate. We had 4 teams that volunteered at the local soup kitchen. Just another way that we can provide community service and help those that are in need. Our fall sports teams, they participated in a Thanksgiving meal delivery. So we were delivering Thanksgiving meals to families who were in need that maybe didn't have enough food. So they really and greatly appreciated all that we were doing for them. Also, our spring and winter sports, they served as Salvation Army bell ringers, trying to raise money for the Salvation Army to help those that were less fortunate than ourselves. The biggest thing is we're just trying to give back to the community that gives so much to us. They support us, and so we are just trying to return that favor and trying to give back to the community. I think it's helping make an impact, and as we can tell, we have increased our attendance rates from people in the community coming to football games, baseball games, basketball games, and things like that. So definitely going to continue this tradition of helping out our community. So COVID, following the major year of COVID and contact tracing, we had 121 total athletes that had to quarantine due to either a positive test or contact tracing, which is almost 1/5, 1/6 of our total athletes, so quite a bit. Our JV football team, they missed a game. They had a forfeit due to contact tracing. We couldn't get that rescheduled for a different day, so they had to forfeit. Our girls varsity basketball team, they missed and rescheduled their winter break games. So they missed a holiday tournament that they were going to participate in, and they rescheduled the conference games that they were going to participate in. And boys tennis had to forfeit their district tournament matches due to positive COVID results. So that one was definitely hurtful for our record in our season, because I know the boys tennis team could have advanced pretty far in the state tournament. So that one definitely hurt us. But I think we're taking all the right steps with COVID and contact tracing. So hopefully we can limit this going forward, and hopefully we can not have COVID being such a big issue next year. The last item to present to the board would be our budget and items and issues that have come up and stuff that we have had to deal with the budget this year. So over the summer, we installed a new turf field at the stadium. This is for our football team and our soccer team. The old turf was starting to fall apart and tear in certain places, so it was time to upgrade our turf field. Our track team had to purchase some new equipment for hurdles, high jump, and the pole vault area. This was just something that we've been putting off and trying to see if we could make it work, but it was just time to purchase some new items. We also had bought some new computers and Nintendo Switches for our esports team. There was a new game that came out for the Nintendo Switch that is brought into esports, so we bought those so our team could participate and practice with that. We also purchased new uniforms for cheer, basketball, and our volleyball programs. Some major upcoming items that will affect our budget and our budget moving forward in the future is that currently now we have turf and new irrigation systems being installed at the baseball and softball stadiums. This was an issue because our fields were really flooding and really bad, and affected how many home games that we could host because we had to cancel a lot due to the rain and the flooding. So that's underway. We're going to get that squared away for next year, so hopefully we can have more home baseball games. Another couple items that is going to really affect our budget is the new stadium bleachers and an 8-lane track. So for track, in order for us to hold conference districts and all this stuff moving forward, we do need to have an 8-lane track, which ours is only currently 6 lanes. So if we want to host meets going forward, we need to extend our track 2 more lanes, which would mean that we would have to tear down, demolish, push back our current bleachers. So that's just something that we're going to have to keep in mind moving forward, trying to purchase new stadium bleachers or extending the track. So it's just something we're going to have to keep in mind, plan for that in the budget for the future. And then a major thing that's kind of affecting how middle school basketball plays is that the middle school gym floor needs dire need of resurfacing. This process wouldn't take too long, but athletes are facing injuries of slipping and falling down due to how slick the floor is. So the middle school gymnasium is in need of resurfacing. So if there's any questions from the board, I would answer them now.